Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Allison and I make cleaning and lifestyle videos every week. Make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss any new videos. Today I wanted to give you a few of my cleaning tips and some ideas that you might want to think about that might make cleaning easier for you. I know everyone's kind of going through this weird shift in what's going on right now and people are really concerned with cleaning. So if you're kind of new to really doing a thorough cleaning, I wanted to give you some tips and tricks that might make it a little bit easier for you. So I'm going to start with my first tip, and that is to use cleaning cloths. I know a lot of people clean using paper towels, and I did a video about this a really long time ago on my channel, but it was so long ago, I'm guessing most people here haven't actually seen that video. And it was pretty bad, so I don't really recommend going back and watching it. But basically, I was talking about how much money people spend on paper towels, and you really don't need to spend very much money on these because you don't need to use them for most things. Really, all you need is a cloth. You can clean just about anything with a cloth, and you can buy cloths, you can buy automotive cleaning cloths, you can buy regular cleaning cloths and just reuse them over and over. Or I also like to cut up old t-shirts. If I have a shirt that has a stain or a hole, I'll just cut it up, and that is what I use to clean with. And it doesn't cost me anything. I don't have to throw anything away. You know, I'm not making more environmental mess for people because it's washable and I can just reuse it over and over until it finally wears out. And it's a really useful thing to have. It's just a little pile of cleaning cloths. Whenever I do my cleaning, I just grab one and go. I found certain cloths do better jobs of certain things. If I'm just doing a light surface cleaning, I will grab a t-shirt. If I'm doing something that's more scrubbing, I like more of like an automotive cloth because it has a little bit more of like a kind of a surface on it that's a little bit more grippy. So if you have something that's really stuck on, an automotive cloth is probably a better option. It also is easier when you're cleaning because with paper towels they get dirty and you constantly have to toss them away. But a cloth lasts a little bit longer, it absorbs a little bit more of the liquid or dirt or whatever, so you can just keep scrubbing. They're a lot handier, so I really encourage you to switch over to cloths when you're doing your cleaning. That is my first tip. Really consider switching over from paper towels to cloths because it is a much better system. It's going to save you a ton of money in the long run. You won't have to keep buying paper towels. And I know paper towels are actually hard to find in some places right now too. So if you can't find paper towels, just go ahead and make the switch. It's easy, it's inexpensive, and you will be thanking me later on if you do this because it will make your life a lot easier. My number 2 tip is going to be that you need to read the directions on your cleaners. Most people will grab a cleaner and not read it or actually take the time to see what it says on the back. And they all have pretty lengthy instructions on how to use them if you actually read through. You can actually find out there's a lot of stuff that you might be misusing if you're not following the directions. Lysol, if you want to use it to disinfect, you have to let it sit. And the bottles will actually tell you how long that you need to let it sit before you're disinfecting. I know a lot of people just spray this and wipe it off, and that doesn't disinfect. So people don't understand that always. So I really encourage, no matter what cleaner that you're using, that you really need to take the time to read the instructions. That's very, very important. So make sure you're taking the time to read your bottles whenever you buy something that's new. Just take a minute and read everything on the back. This also will give you warnings if there's something dangerous that you might want to keep away from children. Most commercial cleaners have hazardous ingredients in them, so you want to know if you need to wear gloves, if you need to keep this high away from children if you have them in your home. So I really encourage you to read the directions on any cleaner you get. Especially if you're new to cleaning and you're not used to using things, it's very, very important. My other tip that kind of goes along with this is that you need to make sure that you're not mixing your cleaners. If you have 2 cleaners that have different ingredients, a lot of times they can actually create toxic gases if you mix things together. Bleach is really bad about that. I really won't mix bleach with anything because a lot of things it interacts with and it makes a toxic fume that can kill you. So you really need to be cautious about not using 2 cleaners together. Don't spray one and then spray another one over top of it. Don't mix them into the same bottles. Make sure you're being really conscious of this because you don't want to accidentally make yourself sick or send somebody in your family to the hospital because you didn't take the time to research what you were doing. If you want to take the time to read if something's safe to mix, you can do that, but make sure you really do your research before you start mixing things. Generally, I try to stay away from it completely altogether. I just don't think it's a good idea to mix anything together. So use everything separately for its own purpose, and if you want to use something later on, use it, but just use one thing at a time is my That's my tip. My next tip for you is going to be to try out household cleaners. There are a lot of great household items that make wonderful cleaning solutions, and it's not too hard to figure out how to use them. You can look online. There's lots of guides to household cleaners. Two of my favorite things are actually white distilled vinegar and baking soda. These two things have just tons and tons of uses individually or together to clean a lot of surfaces. You can really clean almost your entire house with these two items because they're really handy and they're inexpensive, and they're a little bit easier to find right now depending on where you live. The vinegar can be a little tricky, but it's probably a lot easier to find vinegar than it is to find a lot of the commercial cleaners right now. Vinegar also is a natural disinfectant, so that is very useful. And baking soda kind of has an interaction that will really boost the cleaning power with this on a lot of surfaces. So test it on the area before you use it, but you can clean a lot of things. You can clean your toilets, your counters. I like to clean my stove with my white vinegar. They're really great, inexpensive cleaners. And there's a lot of things that are like this that are just household items. There's a lot of stuff you can clean with hydrogen peroxide. There's a whole variety of things around your house that are really useful for cleaning. I even will clean sometimes if I have lemons. I will clean my sink with a lemon. That's a very useful thing that you might just have around the house, and it'll freshen things and just make things a lot nicer. And that way you're not having to hunt all around these stores looking for cleaning products that may be out of stock. So don't be afraid to try out a household thing. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. You know, be a little bit adventurous sometimes when you're cleaning, because it will pay off, I think, if you find things that really work for you. Yeah, and vinegar is so cheap if you compare it to a commercial cleaner. You know, a small bottle of a commercial cleaner probably is going to run you $3 to $5, where I think this huge container of vinegar is about $2 or less, and it's probably got 3 times as much liquid inside of it. It really is a good money-saving tip to use vinegar to clean as much as you can. And like baking soda, you can use it for cleaning, you can also use it for cooking, so it's a really versatile thing to use. And these aren't the only things, obviously there's lots of other items you can use around the house to clean, but this is just what I had on hand to show you. My next tip is to have fun when you're cleaning. I know you're thinking, oh, cleaning is boring, I'm not going to enjoy it, it's just this chore that I have to do, and it doesn't always have to be that way. I actually really enjoy listening to music when I'm cleaning. To me, that makes it more enjoyable. I'll just pull up YouTube, I'll pull up a playlist of music. The last time I was cleaning, I've been listening to 528 Hertz music because I like that, but I'll also sometimes just pull up pop music or whatever artist I'm listening to at that moment. But I'll pull up whatever artist I'm listening to at that moment and I'll put on a playlist. They're really easy to find, or you can put on a CD or whatever. Usually music that's high energy is really good if you're cleaning, to get you moving and wanting to feel like you're really achieving something. You can even do a power hour where you set a timer. That'll kind of make you feel like you're trying to accomplish something, and you'll get more done that way. I found it's really helpful to just do things like that to motivate you. Even if you really hate cleaning, maybe give yourself a reward if you finish a certain amount of cleaning. Say if you just clean nonstop for an hour, I get some sort of reward for it at the end, and make it something that you really enjoy, and that'll motivate you to get through it. Just find a way to make cleaning a little bit more enjoyable for yourself, even if that's something that you have to work to do. Find a reward system, listen to music you enjoy, tell stories. If you're cleaning with someone else, maybe talk on the phone. A lot of people like to talk on the phone, so if you'd like to talk on the phone, call up your friend. Just put it on speakerphone and chit-chat while you're doing your cleaning chores, and that'll make it go by a lot faster, and after a while, you will start associating cleaning as something fun and enjoyable, and it'll seem a little bit less like a chore. My last tip is going to be to get someone to help you. That can be your family members, friends, maybe invite a friend over and have a little cleaning party, and you can go to each other's houses and clean. Have your spouse, have your children help you. If you have children, you can make a little reward chart and give them rewards if they're assisting you with your chores. That way it'll get done, and it'll be something that you can teach them as well. Just don't be afraid to ask others for help, because all that responsibility shouldn't fall on one person in the household. It really should be something that's a teamwork through a family. If you live alone, ask your friends over. You guys can help each other out. You can go to each other's houses and clean and make it a fun event or something to do together, so it's not so much of a chore. I know I have a lot of fun if I'm with my friends doing just about anything. Even if it's something boring, we'll start laughing and talking, and it's fun. So consider making cleaning something that's more of a social activity. I know it might be a little hard right now because of lockdowns and quarantines and things, but you can even do that on Zoom. Maybe have one of your friends on Zoom or on Skype or whatever kind of media you're using for internet calling, and just talk to someone while you're cleaning. Have the video up where you can see it and have them kind of talk to you while you're doing your cleaning, or you talk to them while they're doing their cleaning. There are lots of ways to make cleaning enjoyable and fun. It doesn't have to be something that isolates you. It can be a social activity. So those are my tips for cleaning. I hope that this video was enjoyable for you. I hope that it helped you come up with some new ideas on how to clean. If you like this type of video, let me know. If you want more cleaning routines, I always want to know what people like, so let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, thank you so much for coming by, and I hope you all have a beautiful day today.